So Waterford with the chance to equalise. This is Maria Delahunty. 2-2 last week against Tipperary. Reid O'Sullivan just miscued at Waterford, have the ball back. Karen McGrath looking for Chloe Fennell.
Use the player. Use the player inside.
Down the line it goes from Melissa Duggan. Goes out of play.
Carry through the line.
Hold on to the ball. Hold the ball.
Relax
a sec.
That's brilliant stuff, Ashley Milani there. Well done, bro.
Hold on, get on the pitch.
Brilliant stuff, Mairead. Where are you? Come on.
Done, Mairead.
Laura Mulcahy.
Carry.
1-2 with Mairead Wall, the captain. We appreciate there may have been some issues with the sound at the start of the stream. We're up and running now, and we apologise for any inconvenience.
Where are you now, Laura?
Cork leading by 2 points to no score. On the attack is Emma Murray. Dunford off to Kate McGrath. Kate McGrath gets wrapped up but finds Megan Dunford, who kept running, kept going and won the free.
Is there a quick one on?
Ashley!
Is there a quick one on?
Alright, it's okay.
So Maria Delahunty with Waterford yet to score.
Around the break, Ash.
So Maria Delahunty looked to put Waterford in front. Delahunty with the shuffle, that's got good air on it. It's got great accuracy as well. That's a fantastic free from Maria Delahunty, her second of the game, and Waterford go in front.
Watch the outside.
You can see her technique there, the way she just moves the feet and strikes straight through it and puts her arm in the air. There's nothing accidental there. She knows exactly what she's doing. Trying to break the ball down is Katie Murray, but she's committed a foul. It's a free out to Cork.
Turn it facing.
Just in case you're only joining us now, Cork absolutely owned the football for the first 4 or 5 minutes, but only got 1 point. Waterford have come back into it since. They've got their runners into the game. It's the way they play. Orla Finn is someone Cork need in the game. She's turning and she's twisting. She's already scored from a free. Up ahead of her is O'Leary, but that's not the option she goes to. It's Katie Quirk. Now it's O'Leary. Back to Quirk. Finn thought about shooting. Was absolutely surrounded, so gave to O'Sullivan. Now it's Finn again.
Discipline tackling.
Hannah Looney. Lovely skill from Looney. Ciara O'Sullivan. Ciara O'Sullivan looking for an opening. Can't find one.
Yes!
And has completely overcarried it. That's not the first time Cork have been blown for overcarrying in this game. And it's something they will no doubt be disappointed with.
Support her.
Waterford tried to get it moving. Mairead Wall is going to get there. Loops it off to Karen McGrath. Ballymacarbry pairing in the half back line, combining there. Here's Katie Murray. Or beg your pardon, that was Megan Dunford. That's a poor pass. Emer Meany intercepts, gets it off to Erica O'Shea. O'Shea with a delicious ball for Sive O'Leary. Mairead Wall backed off her, gave her a bit of time and gave her a bit of space, and there was a foul in there on Katie Quirk, and it's a free in, and there was no need for it because there was a 2-on-1 situation for Waterford.
Switch on!
Come on, lads, come on.
Cork moving quickly, they're trying to work a goal chance here. They've overplayed it slightly. Sive O'Leary trying to get her hands on that ball. Now it's Ciara O'Sullivan, I beg your pardon, Breed O'Sullivan. Now it's Ciara O'Sullivan. Orla Finn. Finn couldn't keep a hold of it, but she was fouled, and it's a free in for Cork.
Switch on!
Ash!
Orla Finn looking to knock over her second. Finn, the Cork player who lives in Waterford, kicks it wide.
look after this side, alright? Darwin, you look after your own side.
Move short from Rosie Landers to Milani. Waiting for it is Casey. Casey with a bit of show and go. That's really good running. Katie Murray, who's got over her illness to play today. Here's Rebecca Casey. Just left it behind her. Murray takes that dirty ball, tries to escape Looney. Really good run from Katie Murray. Shoveled it off. Now it's Aileen Wall. Wall gave it to Chloe Fennell. Chloe Fennell, if that goes over, it's a beautifully worked score. Chloe Fennell puts Waterford 2 points to the good. She knew from the second that she was putting it over.
Can't let her go, Karen, you can't.
3 scores in a row now for Waterford. They went one behind, but they've been the dominant force on the scoreboard since Cork got their first point. Here's Melissa Duggan. Shauna Kelly cooks it down the line for Breed O'Sullivan. It's not O'Sullivan who takes it though. Here's Orla Finn. Ciara O'Sullivan. Finn running in front. O'Sullivan keeps a hold of it. Good 1-2. Oh, great hand in there. Great piece of the defending, but it rebounds into the path of a red jersey. Here is Orla Finn. Left behind by Ciara O'Sullivan. Then is fouled by Katie Murray. She was leaning down into the tackle, but it was a clumsy challenge, and it's a free for Cork. They haven't taken advantage, though, of these situations, Cork. They've had 3 wide so far. Finn looks to keep it on target. Oh, it's off the woodwork and rebounds into blue hands. The blue hands of Megan Dunford.
Your support. Switch.
Rosie Landers. Driving out Karen McGrath. Picks out the runner. That's Quiva McGrath. Quiva McGrath has 3 red jerseys around her, but she stays cool. That's Emma Murray, who receives the foul, and Waterford go quickly. They're looking for Aileen Wall. Wall does take it with Emer Meany for company. Moving inside is Emer Fennell if she spotted. She tries to move it into the path of Fennell. Good goalkeeping, brave goalkeeping by Martine O'Brien.
Hey, reset. Come on, Baxter.
It was a dangerous ball, floated in. And Martine O'Brien, as you can see, bravely threw herself into the path of that one. Orla Finn. Ciara O'Sullivan presenting herself as an option. O'Sullivan to Looney. Looney tried to drive through, saw there was no route through, so gave it to a player in a better position. Now it's Hannah Looney again. Looney! It's a 4th wide for Cork, and they've had one off the woodwork as well. And it is the water break, and Waterford will be very, very happy with how they played in the first quarter of this game. For Cork, they haven't taken their chances, and that will frustrate them. Aoife Fitzgerald won't be happy with what he's seen in front of goal. They have been creating chances though.
Lads, be careful. A lot of us are on 2 kicks already.
So for Cork, I wonder, will the words be, look, stay calm, take your chances, and settle down. For Waterford, they've created overlaps, they've ran through, they've done well. No goals so far, but still an entertaining match. Ciara O'Sullivan, an experienced head, having a word with some of the players, no doubt. When she talks, they listen. Cork's only score so far came in the first minute. Aoife Fitzgerald, you can't see it, maybe you can hear it, he's having a word with the referee. Waterford goalkeeper Rosie Landers, she's been solid so far. The whistle blows, we're about to go back. So here we go. We'll resume after the water break. Not officially, of course, called the second quarter, but that's exactly what it is. Rosie Landers of Ballyduff Upper. Slotted it outside, dropping deep to get that one was Emma Murray of Cummer Rangers. And Orla Finn was fouling her. Kicks it into the path of Kate McGrath, who scored 1-1 last week. And she's fouled, and it's another free.
Well done. Come on,
Pull away from her. Give her space.
McGrath spots a runner. That was high risk, and it's a risk that does not yield a reward. Melissa Duggan intercepted that one.
Yeah.
Ciara O'Sullivan
Go tight.
lobs it into the corner, looking for Sive O'Leary. Laura Mulcahy stuck to her, but O'Leary takes it well. Now she doesn't have support inside. She'll have to do it herself. That support does arrive. Back it goes to O'Leary.
Get up, come on.
Where is this going to break? In favour of... Well, the referee has blown his whistle, but I'm not exactly sure where the decision has gone to. It's going to be a Cork free, I think. It is a Cork free. Orla Finn looking for Cork's first score since the first minute, and she was never going to miss that. A confident strike from Kinsale's Orla Finn. Kick out is a little bit skewed from Landers, but it does come to Waterford hands. The hands of Karen McGrath.
Go, Rebecca, and support her.
Moved off by Mairead Wall. Wanting it here is Rebecca Casey. Cork are hunting in packs here, but Waterford are staying cool. Katie Murray. Caoimhe McGrath. That was a good pass from McGrath to get out of trouble. And Waterford get the free. There was just a slight drag there, I think, on Megan Dunford. A lot of Cork players on that near side that you can see. That left a lot of space for Aisling Mullaney to run into. Waterford don't mind taking a risk with a lob ball into, well, I was going to say the full forward line, but when I say that, I mean the full forward line dropping deep. Anyway, here's Maria Delahunty. She's capable of the spectacular, but that is the commentator's curse. First wide for Waterford. Martina O'Brien out to Shauna Kelly. Fullback Emer Meany getting on it. Martina O'Brien. Orla Finn has dropped very, very deep. They want to try and get her on the ball as much as they can. Here's Melissa Duggan.
Where is she, Karen? Where is she, Karen?
Keep going,
Duggan has a look up. Goes long, chasing after it is Ciara O'Sullivan. The bounce does not favour her. Well read by the goalkeeper, Rosie Landers. You could understand what Cork were trying to do there, but the execution was off. And Waterford get the free out.
Come on, girls, we must look for the ball, Ashley. We must look for it, Marie.
Playing the player, ref.
Support the player.
Back to Rosie Landers.
Support.
Karen McGrath.
Support Emma. Support her.
Aileen, get away from her.
Waterford moving up out of defence to Emma Murray. Murray recycles. Mairead Wall wanted it, didn't get it. Now presenting herself as Kate McGrath. Hanging on to it is Chloe Fennell. Did really well there. Here's Mairead Wall.
Through the hands, support her.
It's another risky one, but it's risk reward, and taking off now is Aileen Wall. Just one player inside to aim at, so she takes it herself, and then she's fouled by Emer Meany. And Meany had something to say, and the free is now from a much easier position from a Waterford point of view.
Laura full. Rebecca, corner back. She's gone in there now. Look for who's gone in.
Get someone out.
She's not. She's there now. Melissa, stop and wait. Yeah. Karen is there though. You're doing the swap in a second. Steph and Karen.
Emer Fennell, score of 2-5 last week, gets her first today. Emer Fennell looking back towards her home place, Abbey side as she kicked that one. Waterford by 2. A long, long way to go. Hutchings. Cork have given away a lot of fouls. Ball breaks for Kate McGrath. It's another long one inside. It's 1 against 2, but it's won by the 1. It's a dizzying run from Emer Fennell, who undercooks her shot. Easy to say from up here, but she probably could have taken it in a bit further. Now Hannah Looney on the counter-attack.
No foul, no foul.
Looney has teammates right beside her, but she goes long instead. Falls into the path of the full forward, Katie Quirk. Quirk spots the run of Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan pops it out, and that's a brilliant finish by Breed O'Sullivan. The Mournabbey O'Sullivans combining. Ciara out to Breed. And this time Cork would not be denied a goal. Rosie Landers made a fantastic save a couple of minutes ago. Not much she could do about that. Breed O'Sullivan finishing it well. And Cork now in front. And it all came from an undercooked Waterford shot. Well, that's what this Cork team can do. Clive O'Leary. O'Leary's trying to skip past Malani. O'Leary hung on to it, over carried it, kind of got caught in two minds and just took a second too long.
We're not looking for it. Where are we?
Demand the ball.
Let's look for it.
Must want the ball.
Karen McGrath.
Who's our support?
Karen McGrath trying to evade Melissa Duggan. Good ball, Kate McGrath. Ball breaks down but still falls in favour of Waterford. Here's Chloe Fennell. Fennell tries to play one in behind. That's a really fantastic take from Emer Fennell. Fennell is a runner in front. That's Aileen Wall. Goes to ground. And it's a free out. She was charging. Back it goes from O'Callaghan to Martina O'Brien. Erica O'Shea. Orla Finn is in front of her, but O'Shea carries. It's a confident carry as well from the Macroom player. Now it's Orla Finn. Pops it off from Melissa Duggan.
Go to runner, Emma. Go to runner.
Cork are cooking that bit better now, aren't they? Here's Ciara O'Sullivan, who's tugged back on the way through, and it's a free into Cork.
Watch it quick.
Oh, it's a free one. Emma Spillane trying to run onto it. She rescues it on the end line. No doubt they had goal in mind when they played that ball. They'll have to work a second attempt at it here. Hannah Looney guided it back to Maura O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan's pass doesn't find its intended target first time. O'Leary cleans it up, gets it again. Good one too. Kate Quirk. Katie Quirk leaves it off for Orla Finn. Orla Finn from a tight enough angle. Orla Finn, well, she's found her form. 2 from frees, 1 from play. Had a couple of misses earlier in the game, but you knew that wasn't the Orla Finn that we've seen over the years, and that is what we're seeing just there. Cork by 2. That's given away. Melissa Duggan. Duggan trying to find Katie Quirk. Quirk has a runner beside her. That's Breed O'Sullivan. Quirk went for it and didn't get it.
Come on, Megan, let's go, Megan, support.
Rosie Landers
Get away from the player.
carries it out, Rory Began style. Out it goes to Katie Murray.
Strong,
Coming out of defence, Quiva McGrath. Quiva McGrath runs out of room, and Cork have the momentum behind them now.
Turn around again.
Hannah Looney. Looney forward to Emma Spillane. Spillane popped it off to Ciara O'Sullivan, who created the goal. Ciara O'Sullivan might fancy a pop herself here. No, she doesn't. It's moved inside to Quirk. Quirk, can she get it into the back of the net? Oh, no, she can't, but she was fouled, and that is a penalty. Well, I have to say, I thought it was a penalty. That's certainly... Well, that's a big call. That's a big call. The replay would suggest that the goalkeeper fouled her, but it goes down as a wide, and it keeps Waterford in the game. Referee coming over to talk to the Cork officials. Aoife Fitzgerald.
Next ball now, Waterford. Let's win the
We
next
saw
ball.
Davy Fitzgerald, no relation, sent to the stand in Belfast yesterday in the hurling. Aoife, for now, can stay where he is, I think. Well, he's walking back towards the gate. Oh, he's coming up into the stand. Maybe he was... There was no card. His name went into a book, but he's now standing just beside the dugout. Anyway, Rosie Landers gets going again. Waterford need a score, or at the very least not to concede for the next couple of minutes. But Cork, they're in the form for it now. Emma Murray. Chloe Fennell. On the run is Rebecca Casey. That's a good pass. Emma Murray. Good tackle from Melissa Duggan. Murray gets the loose ball. Here's Maria Delahunty. Maria Delahunty bringing it in, but it's a tight angle. Now it's Aileen Wall. Wall goes back outside to Delahunty. That's a really good block down. It was Cork's corner back, Shauna Kelly, who got her hands on that one. And Cork go on the counter-attack. Good foot pass to Breed O'Sullivan. Intercepted by the Waterford defender. Cara McGrath read it well. Now it's Mairead Wall. A miscue from Wall, intercepted by Hutchings. A little bit too much on that one for Breed O'Sullivan. Intercepted by Cara McGrath. It's intense out there. Goes through the hands of Emer Fennell. Coming out of defence, Emma Spillane. Ciara O'Sullivan goes long over the head of Orla Finn. Katie Quirk is coming out to try and meet it, and does. Following her is Mulcahy. Quirk might fancy going all the way. Pops out of her hands, but she's able to regather. Sive O'Leary made a good run. She's got half the Waterford defence around her, Sive O'Leary, but she's got a trick or two, and she plays one, but she kicks it wide.
We have to stop them balls going in, Katie. Let's go to that tackle. Okay, let's go.
Have to win it, lads. I'm done.
Waterford get their hands on the ball. It's not overly tidy from them at the moment. Megan Dunford. Cork very much on top since the water break. Running onto that is Katie McGrath. 1-2 for Cork since the water break. They've been on top. Just 1 point for Waterford since that water break. Can they find more now? It's a good charging wall run by Aileen Wall. Breaks one tackle. Aileen Wall goes loose. Has she won the free in? She has. It's a bit of a break for Waterford. And the referee is now moving it back in. I wonder was something said. But it's now a very easy opportunity for Waterford and Maria Delahunty. Delahunty looking for her third. The previous two also from frees. And that's a vital score for Waterford. One between them as we head towards half-time. Really has our routine worked out. Straight in through into the Colligan River end. Emma Murray gathers it. Has a bit of a tangle there. That's Duggan who's trying to win it back. And the referee is going to throw it up. Cork with the possession. Cork with the advantage. Cork with the breeze as well, it has to be said, in this first half. Moved down to Hannah Looney. Looney popped it off wonderfully well to O'Sullivan. Great trick by O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan bearing in a goal. O'Sullivan! Oh, what an intervention that was! Well, it looked for all the world like it was destined for the top corner, but somehow a Waterford defender got back and got something on it. Rosie Landers was beaten at all ends up, but one of her teammates bailed her out.
Don't turn our backs to it. Well done, Creever.
Draw the player.
Keep coming.
Turn.
Waterford have been outplayed by Cork since the water break, although they have managed to score 2 points. Another one here would set us up nicely for the second half. Comes out to Megan Dunford. She has time and space, Dunford. Thought about measuring a shot, but then carried it on. Delahunty, who is very much a designated shooter. Chloe Fennell hangs it up in the air into the breadbasket of Martina O'Brien. Is there time for one more twist in this first half? Melissa Duggan.
Get across one. Get across to the centre, girls. Yeah. Get across to the
Inside to
centre.
Breed O'Sullivan.
Let's go.
Keep getting back.
Good take by Shauna Kelly. Shauna Kelly looking for Ciara O'Sullivan. And it breaks for O'Sullivan. She's got to get away from Milani. Milani fouls her free in.
Watch a quick one.
And there may be a card for Milani. Yellow card. Milani is going to the sin bin. Will Cork tap it over, or will they try and work a goal? It's Orla Finn. Possibly the last kick of the first half. This would give Cork a 3-point lead at the break. As we say, they'll be against the breeze in the second half. Finn measures it perfectly via the woodwork. Cork take a 3-point lead, and that's half time. Orla Finn kicking her 3rd free of the game, her 4th point overall. At one stage, Cork looked in a bit of bother. Even though they did get the first score of the game, Waterford kind of took over. But then after the water break, Cork turned it on a bit, and they got that wonderful goal through Breed O'Sullivan. They were desperately unlucky not to get another one. It required a fantastic save from a Waterford defender dropping back onto her own line. A stinging shot, which was panned over. But Waterford 3 points down at the break. Remember, it's quite simple here. The winner will go through to the semi-finals. If it's a draw, it gets somewhat more complicated. It comes down to points scored, as in white flags raised. But at the break, it is advantage Cork. They might not be too happy with how they played at times. We know for a fact they're not happy with some of the decisions they've seen. They possibly should have had a penalty when Katie Quirk was in on goal and kicked it wide, but it did look like she'd been fouled by Rosie Landers. They almost got another goal after that, or well, they had another goal chance after that, which, as I say, was pushed over the crossbar by a Waterford defender. And they have got a goal through Breed O'Sullivan, and what a wonderful goal that was as well. Orla Finn has kicked 4 points. And for Waterford, Maria Delahunty, as always, has been on the mark with 3 frees. Chloe Fennell has kicked one over, as has Emer Fennell from a free. So at half-time in Fraherfield, Cork leading by 3. We'll be back with second half commentary, so do stay with us from this big game in Division 1B of the Lidl Ladies Football League, where it's kind of winner takes all. The winner goes through to the semi-finals. For the losers, well, they'll have to just try and keep themselves ticking over until the championship starts in July. Half-time in Dungarvan, Cork 1-5, Waterford 5 points. Thank you and welcome back to this Lidl Ladies Football League Division 1B encounter. Emer Meany is going off for Cork, we've just been told, and Claire O'Shea is coming in. A change for Waterford as well. Kellyanne Hogan, who was named to start, is now coming in at half-time. She's replacing Chloe Fennell. Remember, Waterford starting the second half with 14 players because they've had a player sin-binned. And they're 3 points behind at the water break in the first half. Waterford were leading by 3 points to 1. Orla Finn got a free for Cork in the first minute, but they failed to score after that before the break in the first half. Cork scored 1-4 though since the water break, including 3 from Orla Finn and of course that O'Sullivan goal. They probably should have had a penalty as well. Now, it wasn't all brilliant for Cork in the first half. They had 6 wides compared to a single wide for Waterford, and as I say, Waterford starting the second half with 14. Aisling Malani, the wing back from Stradbally, with the foul towards the end of the first half on O'Sullivan. She tugged her on the way through and O'Sullivan went to ground, so it was deemed a yellow card offence. So here we go. It's the second half. It's the last 30 minutes of football in the league for someone, but who? Remember, the winner goes through to the semi-final. If it's a draw, well, then it goes on points scored, as in who raises the most white flags. Hannah Looney has white flag in mind as she storms forward, now into the path of Melissa Duggan. Cork at pace into the Colligan River end. Breed O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan loops it off. Now it's Hannah Looney. Hannah Looney with the shimmy. And she's fouled and it's a free in. Orla Finn against the breeze in the second half. Steals a few metres. Gets a lot of height on that one. Is it at the cost of accuracy? Oh no, it's not. Orla Finn with her 4th from a free and her 5th overall, and Cork now lead by 4. Waterford are in trouble, no doubt about that. They have to take some gambles, take some risks. They do like to run through. However, that's a foul on Maura O'Callaghan.
Erica! Hold on, Miles! Hold on, Erica! Super stuff, Miles.
Colin Walsh, the Waterford physio, is in, giving Aileen Wall some treatment.
Well done.
Maria Delahunty is dropping deep. I wonder why that is. It's Waterford who have to look on as Cork will restart us. Another Waterford player requiring some treatment there from Colin Walsh, the physio. Karen McGrath, Ballymacarbery getting the magic spray. Just in case you weren't with us at the start, it's very, very warm in Dungarvan. Hannah Looney goes short. Erica O'Shea runs onto this one. O'Shea inside. Keeps her run going, perhaps wanted it back, but instead it's Sive O'Leary. O'Leary with another dizzying run and wins the free. They're really getting reward from running at that Waterford defence, Cork.
Next ball, Hutch. Next ball, Hutch. Miles, next ball again. Yeah.
It's Finn again, looking for her 2nd of the second half. Draws it in wonderfully well. Such a solid presence in this Cork team, Orla Finn. So Cork by 5. Waterford still down a player. Kellyanne Hogan, who came on at half-time, trying to get away from Maeve Cahalan. It's hard to shake off a Cahalan in any sport. Here comes Kellyanne Hogan. Move forward, turning and twisting now is Breed McGaw. And that's intercepted, but it's a free in for Waterford. They get a break and they need one.
That's good, Breed. Well done.
Maria Delahunty will take this one off the ground. Remember, the breeze at her back as she looks down towards the factory end, as it's known locally in Fraherfield, Dungarvan. She definitely has this within her range. Scored a couple of goals last week. They could do with 1 or 2 goals in the second half. A point will do for now. That's not going to make it. But Waterford, well, maybe they'll be able to create a chance. And that's a poor strike from Katie Murray. It was high risk going for goal, but she never got the pace and strength on that she needed. Here's Emma Spillane. Cork try and run it out.
To give it to, come on.
Into the hands of Erica O'Shea. Taking off Hannah Looney. Fisted forward by Duggan. O'Callaghan squeezes a beautiful pass to O'Sullivan. Back to O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan has a bit of grass to run ahead into. Now she's after picking out Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan! And it's into Breed O'Sullivan, and then Ciara O'Sullivan, I think, finishes it off. And Cork get the second goal and are looking very well for the, very good for the win. The O'Sullivans combining again. This time it's Ciara who finishes the move. Last time it was Breed. Cork 2-7, Waterford 5 points. It's a goal, all right.
Hey, boy! Erica!
Rosie Landers goes long. It's an uphill battle for Waterford now. Maria Delahunty. Kate McGrath. Good ball to Katie Murray. Katie Murray lets it on to Aileen Wall. Aileen Wall pops it off. Here's Katie Murray. Katie Murray puts it over.
Good response, well done. Good step up, step up.
A well-worked score from Waterford. Murray probably had goal on her mind, but got under it a bit. It's better than nothing for Waterford. They needed something to hang on to. Emma Spillane. Spillane has a little look up. Somehow it broke to Cork, but she couldn't hang on to it. Kate McGrath. Casey. Katie Murray. Hogan. Waterford might feel there are goals there because, you know, they have got behind that Cork defence on occasion. Not on this occasion, no. Emer Fennell was going for it. Fennell does her best to try and make it stick up there, but Cork retain the possession. Now it's into the path of Emma Spillane. Spillane inside Murray. Hannah Looney doesn't stop running. Hannah Looney. Looney's still driving on. She's in behind and she's got Ciara O'Sullivan inside. Ciara O'Sullivan, will she take it on herself? No, moves it off to Breed O'Sullivan. And the move breaks down. Waterford on the counter-attack. This one has really, really come to life. Waterford are not playing like a team who trail by so much. 13 points to 6 when you make the conversion. Aileen Wall. Wall over carries, free out for Cork. Orla Finn.
Get a hand in. Hand in. Near hand. Good, well done, good pressure.
Breed O'Sullivan surging after it. Breed O'Sullivan getting there. That was a great fit pass. Here's Sive O'Leary. Sive O'Leary driving on. Back it goes to Finn. Breed O'Sullivan. Ciara O'Sullivan. Ciara O'Sullivan, she's in on goal. No, she's not. She's called back. It's a free.
Substitution on the Cork team, number 26, Emma Cleary, and on number 14, Katie Quirk.
Emma Cleary coming in for Katie Quirk. She's worked hard today, Katie Quirk, the Pride Rovers player. Here's Orla Finn. There was a potential goal on there, but the referee called O'Sullivan back. Cork have to be happy with the free, and O'Sullivan knocks it over. Her third free of the second half. Can Cork intercept? Hannah Looney is there again. And I think we'll have to go for a hot ball here. Roisin Tobin of Abbey's side is warming up. Ashley Malani about to come back on. That's really well taken by Looney. Helps it on to Breed O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan spotted the run of Spillane. Spillane moves it out. And that's guided over. And McCleary knocking it over, not long off the bench.
Next ball. Watch out away, Melissa.
Roisin Tobin will come in for Emer Fennell on the Waterford team. And the move out of defence breaks down for Waterford as Maeve Cahalane comes forward. Trying to get the possession back now is Kellyanne Hogan. She's fouled and it's a free out. Roisin Tobin scored 2 points last week against Tipperary. A win that guaranteed that Waterford would stay up. But they want to move on. They want to get to the semi-final. They have a long way to go as it stands. Here's McGrath.
Make a run again, Roche.
Is there any opening for the Daisha? That's a good take and turn. It's the new woman in, Roisin Tobin. And then she is, after giving it away, and Cork drive out of defence to Erica O'Shea. There's a player inside for O'Shea. She chose to take it on a bit, then gave it off to Looney. Looney, that's very high risk, and it almost fell for Emma Cleary.
Injury, lads.
Waterford need to get this ball up the park. They need scores. Malani. Malani staying cool under pressure from O'Callaghan, and she's fouled, free out.
Who's looking for
Malani. Kellyanne Hogan. Hogan turning on the afterburners. Hand in from O'Shea, but deflects into the path of a Waterford player. Della Hunty intercepted by Melissa Duggan. Had she completed that pass, Waterford were in for a potential goal chance, and they do need goals, but it's Cork who'll go on the counter-attack. Ciara O'Sullivan, who's got one of Cork's two and made the other. Ciara O'Sullivan has options in front and beside. She goes beside to Claire O'Shea. Claire O'Shea is after picking out Ciara O'Sullivan, who has a clear run to goal. O'Sullivan elects to slot it over. Probably the right call. There was two defenders between her and the goal by the time she got her shot away. Rebecca Casey. Cork were leading by 3 at half time. They now lead by 16 points to 6, by 10 points. I have to do the maths in my head there. Here's Mairead Wall. Aileen Wall chases after it. Gets there but can't make it stick to the hands. And then fouls and Cork get the free. Here's Maura O'Callaghan. Over the top it goes from O'Callaghan. It's going to be eaten up by Karen McGrath. McGrath's foul, free out. Katie Murray spotted the run of Mairead Wall. Wall back out to Murray. It's over carried and it's a free out to Cork, and it's frustration for Waterford. Well, no doubt Kieran Curran will have been happy with what he saw for a lot of the first half from his team, the Waterford manager, but the second half has been a struggle. Aoife Fitzgerald will be more than satisfied, the Cork manager. Cork on the move. Kelly. O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan takes it on herself, has a runner inside, that's Looney. And that's a foul. And no doubt Orla Finn will just tap this one over.
On the Cork team, number 17, Ashling Keller is coming on for number 6, Maeve Callahan.
Maeve Callahan going off, Aisling Kelleher coming in for Cork. Orla Finn guides it over. 4 in the first half for her, 4 in the second half so far. Of her 8 points, 7 have been from frees. And we've got the water break. For a second I thought Rosie Landers was being substituted. She was kind of walking away from the ball before everyone else, but it is water break time. I wonder what Kieran Curran, the Waterford manager from Dungarvan, can say to his troops at half time of the second half, if you know what I mean, the water break. What he can say to them to keep them going, to get them to drive on. It looks like a bit of a lost cause at the moment, but if they can finish strongly, maybe they can take some confidence. For Cork, as you can see, they're just keeping their eyes on the job. They're not looking overly joyous or buoyant or jumping or hooping or hollering or anything like that. It's not what this Cork team does. They work hard, they drive on until the job is done. A warm day in Dungarvan. Cork very much on top in the second half. Just 3 points between them at half time, but then Cork really took over in the second half. Orla Finn started it all with a free that gave Cork a 4-point lead. Siva O'Leary then ran at the Waterford defence and won a free. It was converted by Orla Finn. The O'Sullivans once again combining early in the second half. This time it was Kira finishing the effort. That made it 2-7 to 5 points. Katie Murray did respond with the point for Waterford, and that has been their only score so far of the second half. But since that, Orla Finn has connected well with the free. Emma Cleary has tapped over a score from play, and Ciara O'Sullivan also getting a score from play along with another Finn free. So that is the story of the second half so far. It's not a particularly happy story for Waterford. For Cork, it is everything they would want. Looks like Emma Spillane has come off as well for Cork. She's sitting in the stand, taking a much-deserved drink of water. Coming in is Orla Farmer from Middleton. Well, that certainly will not make Cork weaker. Spillane a fine player, as is Orla Farmer, an experienced too. Chasing after that kick out is Breed O'Sullivan. It's won by Laura Mulcahy, who's fouled. Waterford trying to make something happen, trying to move the ball at pace. And that's a free in for the Daisha County. Kellyanne Hogan. Waterford had to go backwards because there was nothing on forwards. Here's Kellyanne Hogan. That's a good pass. Maria Delahunty. They haven't got her on the ball enough in the second half. She's at a tight angle, but as we say, she can make magic. Stays really cool under pressure, despite the fact that half of Cork were chasing after her there. Here's Roisin Tobin. Breaks back to Delahunty. Kellyanne Hogan. Can Waterford get a much needed score? Just a second of the second half. The answer is no.
Keep an eye on her, Megan.
Moved out to Shauna Kelly. Good take from Aisling Kelleher. Hannah Looney. Good ball from Looney. Duggan trying to shake off the attentions of Kate McGrath, which she does. Duggan at pace. O'Sullivan back towards Duggan. Duggan has a free route to goal. Duggan, off the woodwork it goes. Goes loose, collected here by Sive O'Leary. O'Leary back to Farmer. Farmer back to O'Leary. O'Leary undercooks it. Well, it won't make much difference, you would think, in the grand scheme of things, but Cork will be disappointed with some of the chances that they haven't taken today. Mairead Wall, it's intercepted but then regained by Katie Murray.
Use the feed. Keep going, Kate. Come on. Keep going.
Emma Murray moved it forward. That's a good take by Roisin Tobin. Aileen Wall over the top. Two waiting for it for Cork, but it breaks for Maria Delahunty. Maria Delahunty, has she given this one enough? That's a fantastic score. Her first from play. Waterford second of the second half. And while it's still a mountain to climb, it looks a little less steep for the Dacia now.
Keep the ball, keep the ball.
Free out for Cork. O'Brien. Trying to close her down was Kate McGrath, but she stayed cool and gave it off to Shauna Kelly. Shauna Kelly with two around her. Does really well, finds her fellow cornerback Aisling Hutchins. Good ball from Hutchins to Duggan. Orla Farmer wants it, continuing her run forward was Orla Farmer, or beg your pardon, that's Aisling Kelleher. Kelleher to Farmer. O'Sullivan, they were queuing up for it, and Maura O'Callaghan tries to find Farmer and can't. Now Waterford on the counter-attack. What can they do here? Casey. Forward for the run of Mairead Wall, who just about gets there. No, she doesn't. Here's Hannah Looney. Cork with plenty of numbers in behind. Emma Cleary got on it there. What will they do? Popped off the boot of Hannah Looney, who draws it wide.
Hey, let's do the right thing again.
Well, that's a couple of opportunities for Cork that they haven't been able to finish off.
Let's do the right things up there, girls. Go, Hutch.
Waterford about to make another change. Laura Cusack of Stradbally is warming up.
Use the ball. Use the ball.
Kellyanne Hogan. Mairead Wall, who hasn't stopped running all day.
Get up there. Get away from her. Get away from her.
It's a high-risk one-on-one battle, but it is won by the Waterford player.
You're being fouled. You're being fouled.
Murray. Squeezing through a gap is Emma Murray. Emma Murray surging on. Emma Murray still going.
How many more?
This is a magnificent run from Emma Murray. Murray back inside. Waterford need a goal. Can she get one? Yes, she can. Fantastic move from Waterford.
Waterford, player on player! Players!
Katie Murray moved it off. Received it back from Roisin Tobin. And then planted it into the back of the net.
Well done, Ash.
17 points, plays 10. Another couple of goals for Waterford, and they're right back in this one. Easier said than done, but I'm sure Kieran Duggan or Kieran Curran will be happy with what he saw there. His team haven't given up. Cork have been very good in the second half. Waterford haven't lived with them, but they've kept plugging away, and that was a really well taken goal. Now they've pressed up on Cork's kick out. Tobin went hunting again. Cork staying cool. Here's Shauna Kelly. Kelly is wrapped up, but it manages to get the offload away. Melissa Duggan. Kicked out from Aisling Kelleher, where there's a bit of room. Chasing after it now is Claire O'Shea. She left it off for Orla Farmer. Orla Finn, I beg your pardon. Now it's Sive O'Leary. Sive O'Leary down the line, looking for Breed O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan trying to take on Laura Mulcahy. O'Sullivan turning and twisting. Now support arrives. She's overcarried, and it's a free out for Waterford. Mairead Wall, whose driving run created that goal, or well, certainly played a part in the build-up to it. Foul committed on Kellyanne Hogan, free for Waterford. Waterford were down to 14 for the first 9 or so minutes of the second half. It really cost them. Now Cork were playing well anyway, but Waterford will look back at that and wonder what difference did it make. Here's Kellyanne Hogan. Hogan looking for options. She has found one. Roisin Tobin. Tobin is dispossessed. Tries to get it back. Strong work from Duggan, but Duggan...
Get the ball! Get the
did
ball!
she play it along the ground, and is it a free in? Yes, it is. Now, will Waterford just go for the point here, or will they try and work a goal? Maria Delahunty, we know she can hit them from here. Aoife Fitzgerald, the Cork manager, watching on. Even though his team have a comfortable lead, he doesn't look comfortable, does he? Delahunty with that famous shovel. Not sure she's caught that one right. It drifts wide.
Let's go, reset. Same pressure again. Step outside. Outsider. Outside.
Over your head, Del. Come in here.
Waterford again pressing up on the kick out.
You have him, Maria,
Martina
break.
O'Brien. Waterford win the possession. They're not giving up. Maria Delahunty.
Go at him.
Mairead Wall. Back to Delahunty.
Come on, Della, keep going.
Delahunty is in here.
Bring it out of him.
Has to give it off to Katie Murray. It's another foul, it's another free, and Waterford with the chance to chip away at the lead. Emma Murray combining well there, but Maria Delahunty. No doubt she'll pop this one over. As you'd expect, Delahunty taps it over.
Come on, push the press. Press the kick out.
So 17 points, plays 11. Waterford still with an awful lot of work to do, but a goal now might make it very, very interesting indeed. Was that a foul? Yes, it was. It was Kate McGrath on a Cork defender. Not quite sure who it was, but either way, Cork get the free. And the chance to ice the clock a bit and just take the sting out of it.
Good, standing in front of her. Laura in front.
Well, Aoife Fitzgerald didn't look too happy a couple of moments ago when we saw him.
You have her.
Perhaps that's because Cork have missed a couple of chances in the last couple of minutes, which really would have killed it off. Now, you'd still expect them to win it, and it's a healthy-looking scoreboard from their point of view, but it should have been better.
Come on, get. Yeah.
Emma Murray's goal for Waterford has sparked them into life. That's been followed by a Maria Delahunty point. Cork look to kill this one off if they can't. Sive O'Leary, who's been busy all day. Now it's Hannah Looney, speaking of busy. She's got O'Sullivan outside of her. Looney. They played a simple ball. Here's Ciara O'Sullivan. Back to Orla Finn. Orla Finn looks for a route through. Orla Finn onto the right and wide. Rosie Landers looking to pick out Shauna Dunphy. Breaks for a red jersey rather than a blue and white one. And Cork with the chance to really kill this off now. Waterford turn it over. Mairead Wall. Wall popped it off to Aoife Murray. Coming forward now, Katie Murray. That's a good ball down the line. Shauna Dunphy on the charge. Dunphy out of play. Good work from Erica O'Shea. Just stood strong and guided her out over the line.
Who have you, Rebecca? Who have you?
That's a free in.
Another side is where the
I think she used her hands there, Erica O'Shea, in guiding out Dunphy. Waterford catch a break. Kellyanne Hogan.
Go on, Kellyanne.
Nice sidestep from Hogan. Hogan spots a free player over on that right side. It's Kate McGrath. McGrath trying to shake off the defender. She has advantage. She mightn't need it. She will. It's a free in.
What's the free count?
And it's a yellow card for Cork. They're down to 14. They have brought in a sub. Cork are after bringing in Emer Scally. But Orla Finn is yellow carded, and she presumably will spend the rest of this game in the sin bin. Della Hunty works it short. Waterford know they need goals, but it hasn't quite worked out, and the Cork defence hoover it up.
Pressure the ball, Shauna. Pressure the ball.
They know that time is not their friend, Waterford, so they had to try and work a goal chance, but they've given it away, and Cork come up the park. Here's Melissa Duggan. And because Waterford didn't get a point, or didn't even get a goal chance, Orla Finn's decision to foul has worked out. Down the line it goes to Emer Scally, just off the bench. Scally trying to skin Mulcahy. Does well. Recycles it out. Clive O'Leary got on that one there. Here's Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan had a look up, thought about going for a shot. O'Sullivan still going. This is magnificent work from the Mourne player, and just as I say that, the referee gives the free out. Waterford have a long way to go and not a whole pile of time to go there. Two players queuing up for it there. The one who takes it is Breed McMaw. It's another free for Waterford. And O'Callaghan is sin bin, so Cork are now down to 13. Waterford have the numerical advantage at the moment. They are looking to get the advantage on the scoreboard, but they do have the numerical advantage. Cork looking good to hold out. There's not a whole pile of time left, but Waterford have a little bit of an opening here. Megan Dunford. Dunford trying to get away from Hutchings. Cork dropping everyone behind the ball, as you would expect. Mairead Wall. Pop forward. Lost and then regathered by the cornerback Rebecca Casey, who's come up.
Open it out! Get wider, Shauna! Open out! Get wider! Pull it
Out it goes to Kate McGrath. It's lateral from Waterford. They have to try and make inroads. Trying to barge her way through is Emma Murray. And Emma Murray has got a free. Will Della Hunt try and pop this one over, or will they try and work a goal? They're going to try and work a goal. Casey, fists inside. Oh, it's very well taken. It was a high-risk shot from Katie Murray, and Cork had the numbers back to deal with it. She had to go for it, but it just didn't work out.
Pressure there now, pressure there now.
Cork on the counter-attack. Erica O'Shea has a player outside. That's Farmer. Farmer could go to O'Leary, instead goes backwards. Here's Melissa Duggan. Well, I think that was the chance for Waterford. That had to go in if they had any chance here, but it's kind of doubly difficult for them. Even if Waterford were to get the 2 goals that they needed, they still wouldn't have as much points as Cork. And that's what it could come down to, the amount of white flags raised if it's a draw. That's highly unlikely, of course, to happen now, because I just don't think the Daysha have the time to do what they need to do. But Cork have the football. They're down to 13, but they're looking good. Shauna Kelly. Kelly inside to Hannah Looney. Looney sidestepping well. There was a jersey tug, and it's a free in for Cork, which they'll be in no rush to take.
2 minutes left, guys. Come on. Nobody free. Nobody free.
And it was 2-11 to 6 points in favour of Cork at the water break, so Waterford have come back into it. Cork yet to score since the second half resumed after the water break. That is something they'll be desperately disappointed with. Of course, they're not done yet. A foul committed by Kate McGrath. Is she going to be yellow carded? No. Cork will just keep the football. They don't have to score. They don't have to do anything spectacular. Here's Ciara O'Sullivan. Melissa Duggan. Duggan just keeping the ball, looking for options, keeping a cool head. Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan pops it off for the runner. That runner is Aisling Hutchins. Back inside for Ciara O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan spotted that there was the potential of a chance. Emma Cleary went for it. She Didn't get it, and Waterford got the free. Waterford need to break up the park very, very quickly. There's only about a minute and a half of injury time left. Katie Murray into the path of Mairead Wall. Mairead Wall spots the onrushing Shauna Dunphy. Waterford have the numbers forward, but Cork have got an awful lot of players back. Here's Megan Dunford. Dunford lets it inside. Murray tries to get a hold of it. She does. Murray had to bring it away from goal. Gave it outside. The opening just not appearing for Waterford. Cork protecting that scoring zone. Katie Murray has a look up. Knows there's no point in kicking a point. Moved it inside well to Kate McGrath. Goal chance on! Oh, it's in! Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for Waterford. Roisin Tobin with a wonderful finish. They've got about 30 seconds of injury time left. 3 between them. Waterford need 1-1 though to go through, because if it was to finish 3-8 to 2-11, then Cork would have got more points and that would put them through. I thought for a second we had the final whistle. We haven't. So this possession vital for Martina O'Brien. The ball bounces in favour of the Red. Here's Sive O'Leary. O'Leary just keeping it. Keep the ball, that's all Cork need to do. But we did say that a couple of minutes ago. They didn't manage to do it. Claire O'Shea was on it there, moved it to Shauna Kelly. Taking off is Hannah Looney. Cork have made this one a lot more difficult than it needed to be. That is it. The full-time whistle blows and Cork are through to the semi-final. But as we say, they made harder work of it than they needed to. The final score, Cork 2-11, Waterford 2-8. Well, Waterford will be happy with how they came back into the game. It was that 15 minutes after half-time. That's what really cost them, because at the break, there was only 3 between them. Cork were leading 1-5 to 5 points. However, Waterford did start the second half with only 14. Milani was in the bin. Cork drove on and got their second goal. Could have had more, but just took their opportunities. And that was fine up until the second half of the second half, if that makes sense. They didn't score that much after the water break. In fact, they didn't score at all after the water break, Cork. And that is something that will really disappoint them. They did kick 8 wides in this game. And while they are through, they have come to Waterford and Dungarvan and got the win, and that's not easy to do. There's an awful lot to work on for Cork. Of course, they will tell you they're not long into the league, so that's okay, and they would be right to tell you that. For Waterford, they look back at that third quarter and wonder, what if we had hung on? And they didn't, and that has cost them in the end. Cork don't look overly jubilant, because I think they know that they let Waterford back into this game, and Waterford, well, in fairness, when they got the invite, they took the invite, took the opportunity and got back in. They got a couple of late goals through Emma Murray, and then a fantastic strike by Roisin Tobin. We've talked about her and the impact that she can have and the fact that she is a scorer, but it wasn't enough in the end. It is Cork who go through on an enjoyable afternoon of football in Dungarvan in the Lidl Ladies Football League, and it's Cork who go through. It's Waterford who keep their status as a Division 1 team, but they were after a semi-final spot. They didn't get it. They'll be disappointed. Aoife Fitzgerald will be happy with the progress, but maybe not certain elements of the performance. That's it from Dungarvan. My thanks to Lidl, my thanks to the Ladies Football Association, my thanks to all the crew who worked incredibly hard to put this one together. The final score, Cork 2-11, Waterford 2-8.